Okay, so today we have Sucked Out by Superdrag from their album Regretfully Yours, which I really enjoy that title. Anyway, this band, I guess you would call them a one-hit wonder. This song was requested a long while ago, and I've been thinking about it recently, and I've just that title, I don't know, so I thought, why not finally come to it? I don't know how this video is going to do, but we're going to just listen to the music anyway and get into this. It's less than 3 minutes long, so yeah, let's just go. Sucked Out.
Look around, could it bring somebody down if I never made a sound again?
Clear vocals.
In your eyes, you've already spent my thighs, and you're rocking to the next big thing. Kissing the bride, 45 minutes aside. This was my dream, played out rockin' routine. Who sucked out the feeling? Who sucked out the feeling? Where'd you go now that everybody knows that we did a couple shows out there? Look at me, I can write a melody, but I can't expect a soul to care. Kissing the bride, 45 minutes aside. This was my dream, played out rockin' routine. Who sucked out the feeling?
Good
Who
Lord.
sucked out the feeling?
That bass guitar.
Who sucked out the feeling? Who sucked out the feeling? Kissing the bride, 45 minutes aside. This was my dream, played out rockin' routine. Who sucked out the feeling? Who sucked out the feeling? Who sucked out the feeling?
Who did it?
Who sucked out the feeling? 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 Who sucked out the
Ugh. I could listen to his voice all day. Good Lord. Anyway, Sucked Out by Superdrag. There we go. So like I said off the top, I've never heard of these guys. I'm stuttering. Good Lord. I I know that this is their biggest song, whatever. But I've just been intrigued, just because again, this has been in my save to watch later playlist forever. And this is what seems to happen a lot of the time. There's a song I save for a while, I don't listen to, and when I finally come to it, it's a bop. You know, it's a tune and a half, and that has to be the case here. I love, obviously we got some alternative rock going on here. It's a power pop song, and I just love especially as it says in the lyrics here on Genius.com, the pre-hook, just the guitar, the drums, just the work that the guitar and the drums are doing together, whatever, just that I mean, that's how I would describe it. But the, thunderous in a way as well. And just it makes your head bop back and forth. And you got John Davis as his name on the lead vocals here. And him obviously just saying, elongating that word feeling. And his screeching voice is just so good and so honest and it's so pure. And it's just, I don't know, his vocals. And again, it's not like at least to me, I'm not a goddamn vocal coach or whatever, but it doesn't sound like, he's ruining his voice or whatever. It just sounds so clean and clear, at least to me again. And I just love his sound to that. I mean, maybe you would say vocal fry, perhaps. I don't know. I'm just spewing words at this point, but I just love his voice. Good Lord. So like I said, passionate, honest. There's so much, he talks about, who sucked out the feeling. All he has in this song is feeling. I just, I almost have to take a moment here. But yeah, like I was saying, John Davis on vocals here. This is the personnel for the album, but he was on vocals, guitars, piano, organ, and it goes on. Brandon Fisher was also on guitars. It says here Tom Pappas, I would say, is on bass. I knew somebody with the last name Pappas, so I guess that's how you would say it. Anyway, and Don Coffey Jr. on drums, and I have to say as well, Tom on bass guitar. When you have that. When freaking John is doing the "Who Sucked Out the Feeling," doing that part, and then the bass work behind him, it's just so good. It's superb. It's passionate as well, and it's just you're letting John, you're giving him the floor, but at the same time, there's that just groovy bass line behind him, and it just sounds so great, and I just love this so much. I guess that was my favorite part of the song, when John would go into that chorus hook, whatever the hell. Anyway, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was so good. And again, that's probably the biggest thing here. What brings people back might be just his voice, but I did really enjoy the power pop style here. It kind of honestly reminded me of something like Fountains of Wayne. And again, I think about it at this time. I believe this song came out in 1996. This album came out anyway, March 26, 1996. So there you go. But again, grunge, I guess, was kind of dying at this point. Kurt was gone. Alice in Chains had kind of disappeared. But, and you might have had the post-grunge stuff coming in. But then I feel like these guys might have been a little bit ahead of their time. Maybe I'm dumb saying that, but I feel like just in their sound, it kind of reminds me of a sound from the early 2000s, just ahead of her time by a few years anyway. And anyway, yeah, I love how pure they sound, how classic this already sounds. And again, I've never heard of these guys, whatever the hell, but this single alone is, it's such a legacy, I would say. And it's fitting too, because, I'm looking at these guys, whatever, and there is a thing on songfacts.com that kind of says what I was thinking. It talks about, and again, Sucked Out, I'll just say as well, talking about the music business, the music industry, talking about the fakeness within it, talking about how people are just soulless, whatever. I wish a soul could care for me. This kind of a thing. And just how everything inside the music business just sucks in a way. And, they suck out the feeling. I wanted to play in a rock and roll band and, have fun and all this stuff, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. That's kind of what comes in my head. But anyway, as it says on Song Facts here, Sucked Out is about the abusive and soulless aspects of the music industry. And again, if you listen to it, I feel like you can probably just get that, through the lyrics. If you're listening, I guess, intensely or intently, whatever. The song now stands as an epitaph for the band Superdrag, who were eventually done in by those very same forces. Again, this seems so fitting for the band to have this single. And in a way, again, I don't know everything about the band, but to kind of, and then to kind of not disappear, but go away and, not be on top again like they were at this point in 1996. And I say that, I do see another thing here on songfacts.com that basically it says, as quickly as they rose, Superdrag faded and Elektra dropped them. I guess it talks about how Davis's stubbornness and also his sense of artistic integrity intervened in things, and whatever the hell. I guess the record label wanted another record and all this stuff. I guess, these things that just didn't pan out, and I guess, Superdrag kind of, faded away. But again, it just seems so fitting that this was their one song that everyone probably knows, except for me until now. But anyway, I guess moving on to these lyrics, again, just so God honest. And again, I think about the time here and just how the song was coming out in 96. I don't know, I just can't say that enough, and how the music world needed this at the time. Anyway, I wasn't there, but that's what I assume. Look around. Could have bring somebody down if I never made a sound again. And I just love how that part's kind of a cappella, and then here come the guitars and the drums and such and the bass. And then and again, look around at the music industry, look around at these producers, perhaps these people, whatever, could bring anybody down, could bring, the happiest guy down. In your eyes, you've already spread my thighs. Ooh, and you're rocking to the next big thing. Again, you've already spread my thighs. You've already taken advantage of me in a way. Again, it's just all about, I feel like, money. It's all about sales. It's all about the next big thing, as he says. And, once we're, once we're not the flavor of the month or whatever, we're gone and the next person is on top. Kissing the Bride, 45 minutes aside. I don't think, as somebody also talks about this, I see in the comments, I don't think they're talking about Kissing the Bride for 45 minutes aside. But again, 45 minutes aside, talking about a record perhaps or whatever. And again, just listening to the music for 45 minutes aside. This was my dream, played out rock and routine. Again, for my music to be heard like this, whatever. But at the same time, who sucked out the feeling? Who sucked out the feeling? And again, that hook is just so goddamn good, and that's what it is. I think I said earlier the chorus or whatever, but that is the hook. We go into the second verse. Where'd you go now that everybody knows? And we did a couple shows out there. Look at me, I can write a melody. And it's so honest, it's so clear and raw and aggressive, the songwriting here. And he talks about, look at me, I can write a melody. The song is melodic as hell as well. Anyway, and that rhymes. But I can't expect a soul to care. And it's just like, you can tell he's kind of reaching out for hope. I'm looking at my dog now, she's staring at me, but he's reaching out for hope, for help, whatever the hell, for guidance in a way as well. And just, it sounds like he needs a hug. I mean, my God, but I can't expect a soul to care. And again, he might even not just be talking about only the music industry, but again, about fans who come and go. They love you for a second and then they're on to the next thing as well. And it's just like, it's a hard business, obviously, good Lord. And those people that can stay in the music business, stay on top forever. I mean, it really is, especially this day and age, it really is, a testament to their time at the top, whatever the hell. It really is a lot. It really is, what the hell is the word I'm looking for? It really shows, that they must be talented or, something's hanging on to those people for them to stay at the top for a while. Then we go into the pre-hook once again, which I've already talked about. And then the hook again, where he goes on, who sucked out the feeling, and he says it more. The pre-hook, the hook again, and why not, keep doing that? And that's pretty much how the song ends off. The repetition of who sucked out the feeling, and that's the whole point of the track, obviously. Who sucked out the feeling? For me and my dream to be a big rock and roll star, whatever the hell. And it's again, I can't say it enough. It's so honest. It's brutal as well, and you can't help but feel for the guy, feel for the band as well. And that how this was basically their biggest moment, and then as I guess they faded away. But anyway, so I really enjoyed the song. Again, I love the song. I have to say that hook is just going to be in my head. I'm going to download this one. This one could end up on my favorite songs that I've reacted to this year. That's how much I like this song. I know it's kind of simple. It's less than 3 minutes, whatever. But I really enjoy his voice. I really enjoy the message here and just what they stood for, and how brutally honest they were and how defiant they were as well. So anyway, I guess that's all I got to say. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the support. And I'm sorry if I don't know, messed up some words here or whatever. I'm a little bit scatterbrained. But anyway, thanks again for everything. And I'll talk to you guys again soon.